I'm going to show you our boondocking secret weapon today. I'm Tom.
And I'm Cherie.
And we sold everything for a life of freedom and full-time travel.
Follow our journey for tips, and we also share our mistakes.
And we make plenty of them.
Yes, we do. Thank you for subscribing, because you don't want to miss some of these videos we have coming up. We have some really exciting things happening.
We do. So Cherie and I are out here mooch docking, actually. Beautiful friend's house with some land and a pond here in Charleston, South Carolina. And we've been out here for, I think, around 20 days, and we have not dumped. And there is an RV park, maybe 10 miles from here, but who wants to pack up and go that far? So the problem is gravity. We have the famous blue tote here, 40-gallon blue tote that ordinarily we would use in situations where we don't have full hookups. But since there's no place to dump that I can quickly pull that with the truck somewhere, we actually need to get it up into that, which is, 4 or 5 feet up in the air. Well, they actually have a tool for that. And rather than driving the whole RV over and probably spending a good half a day, I think, dumping all the tanks, coming back, resetting up, I believe it's called a Macerator officially, but ordered from Amazon, the FlowJet portable RV waste pump. And so I've got it out here, and I've never used one of these before, but basically this piece goes right on your sewer pipe on the RV, and then you've got a part right here that you actually connect a regular hose. Now this is not a regular hose, I actually got a metal hose. It basically churns up the waste, whatever it is, and will allow it to go through regular garden hose. But I didn't want to have any accidents, so I got an extra sturdy hose from Amazon, which we'll put links to both of these products. I think we're looking at about, it's under $250. Not a super expensive, but not an inexpensive solution. That it might be something that's worth having in your toolkit. I haven't ran into the situation before, but when you have an opportunity to stay in such a beautiful location, near the city of Charleston, definitely worth maybe investing in some tools like this to help make your stay a little bit more fun. I'm gonna see how this works here. I mean, technically, I would do maybe a little more wiring here. It's not exactly, it doesn't come like ready to go. So I'm gonna have to do a few things here to get this wired up and just attach it to the truck battery, I think. And there's other videos out there where people have done more of a permanent kind of a solution, but this is probably something that I will take out rarely, I would imagine, and Cherie would really hope I would take out very rarely, because we've been taking military style showers, trying to conserve, and we thought we could make it, but we actually have just a couple more days here before we get back on the road, but we're not going to make it. All the tanks are full. So actually my idea is not to go dump that today, is just to fill up the blue tote today, a little bit out of the black tank and more out of the gray tank. Just give us a few more days, and then we'll take the blue tote right where it's at and the whole RV and dump all of it at this RV park before we leave town. So actually would save a dump, paying the $10 at this place. So we'll just pay $10 once to dump 3 tanks in the RV and the blue tote. So we're gonna get our money's worth for that dump. I don't know, I'll leave it at that. So I first pulled in the wrong way. I've actually got to get truck battery close enough to make that work. So I guess it would pay to have some longer wires. Let's see if this is gonna work here. Oh, this seems short. Guess I better read the instructions here. So there's pretty basic instructions here. I'll just show you what's going on here. Step by step. Little turn on button here. Start the pump right here. This basically plugs into this cable right here. This end goes to a 12-volt battery, which I'm going to use truck battery. So I'm like, how do we connect these, because they didn't send any clamps or anything? Well, I'm thinking jumper cables. This will work temporarily. And again, if I use this a lot, you know, maybe I'll do a more regular solution. I'm just gonna MacGyver it here, since we're only gonna use it for one tank right here. So we'll just, this is not connected to the truck yet, but oh, red to black, no, red to red. Get a nice connection there, and to black right there. Keep those far apart so they don't touch. And then, so all I have to do when I'm ready to get going is connect these two ends to the truck battery posts, and it should be good to go. For this part right here, we've got the macerator itself, the pump. I believe I'm saying that right. We got these wires here and these wires here, which they did conveniently send some of these connectors here. So I will go ahead and attach those here. So again, red to red, and pinch it closed. All right, there's positive. And then we'll do negative here and pinch that. The only other thing we have to do with this before we connect it up is there's an O-ring right here, which I'm going to guess helps to keep anything from leaking. So now the cool thing about this is it actually has a fresh water hose rinse function that you can do. You don't want to use a drinking water hose on this, something you're not going to be drinking from, but you have the ability to flush everything out. I think with doing the gray water afterward, I don't think I'm going to need to do that. But anyway, and this side right here is other hose is going to go. Get our metal hose out. Connect that up just like that. So we'll just stick this end inside the blue tote. I almost need two people. Should I ask Cherie if she'll help, like hold that? I don't think she's gonna do that. I could use somebody holding that and then somebody else to activate the button. But I guess I'm gonna have to do it solo. So they say it's about to get real here. Time to don the gloves. Crawl up underneath here. It's a thing about the momentum here with the kitchen slide out. This is like up underneath a slide, so a little bit harder to get at. That would be an improvement that could be made. Let's say that. Okay, O-ring came out. Put the O-ring back in right there. Oh, double check that the valves are closed, which is always good before attaching anything to your sewer connection. Wow, this is a tight squeeze. That is not wanting to get on there. Ah, gosh. Yeah. Does not want to pop on there. Hopefully, short hose to the rescue actually got this so that we could easier dump to the blue tote. This works really great for that. It's all going to depend on if this goes on here. or not. Oh, I bet it's that O-ring. I'll take the O-ring out and try it without that. Yeah. Oh. So can't use the O-ring. Let's try it up here without the O-ring. That's really funny. So, no O-ring. Make sure the freshwater flush is closed. We'll wire this thing up to the truck. We'll take the negative end, stick it on the ground plug there. Go ahead and expose the positive there and get that ready to connect. And make sure all the valves are closed. Should probably weight that down with something so it doesn't move. Probably doesn't have to be too crazy heavy, I'm hoping. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start out with gray water first in case anything doesn't go like it should. If it's gray water, it's a lot easier to clean up. We'll get a little bit of gray water through first, make sure it's working before we try any of the black tank. That sounds like a plan. There we go. No sparks, no nothing. So I just released the gray. See what happens. We'll try this for a few seconds here and then go check on the truck. Make sure it's going where it's supposed to go. Oh, so it's got a click on, click off. So it does actually allow me to leave it on and then come over and see. I can't even see in there. Going out here. Oh man, kind of end is that? I don't see anything coming out. And I'm also seeing a problem here with this hose, that it gets really small on this end here, like super teeny. So maybe this hose wasn't the right idea. It's gotta have the whole width of the hose. I'm gonna close the gray valve back up again. So little challenges when you're doing something new. I do have an old freshwater hose that I used to use for gray water. As you may have noticed, there's actually a little spot there for gray water. Some states allow you to dump gray water, you know, which I don't normally do, but some do. So I need to go ahead and get that other hose because this one's not going to work. All right, I closed the gray tank. All right, let's try this now. And this pump is meant to be able to hook this up at your house and be able to like dump right into a septic tank or some kind of sewer connection where you don't have to have room for a hose this big. You can do it on a standard size here. Let's see what happens now. Whoa, not ready for it. I stepped on the control. I'm gonna open up the valve again here. Maybe I'll pull the camera back just a little bit. I don't know. See if anything's coming through. Yay, success. It's working. It is working. How happy can you be to be pumping wastewater? You can hear it. All right, I'm gonna quickly stop or close the gray valve and shut that off. And because we need some black tank done, so I'll see if I can't figure out how much we've put in it so far. Not that I'm gonna be able to tell. I really can't tell, but No, it's flowing, so time to go with the heavy duty stuff. So we'll open the black tank up here and we'll give this a shot. And then we'll flush it. You know, as it gets near toward the end, well, actually, I'm not going to do a whole lot of the black. We need mostly room in the gray tank. So maybe 5 or 10 gallons of black, and then switch it back to gray. And that'll kind of flush everything out. It's doing well. You know, I kind of have to get up here to look down in there. Ugh, I think we're getting to the black tank. Well, you don't see that on a YouTube video every day, do you? We could have used this for our 30-day boondocking experiment, huh? I'm gonna have to get up here on top to kind of estimate how much it's filling up so I can quickly switch over. Might be about half full. Close the black and then open the gray. I mean, this thing is fast. I forget what it said it would do 40 gallons in, but it doesn't take a lot of time. Just watching black and gray water get pumped up here, huh? What a fun concept. I think it's getting close enough to close the gray or most of it, and just maybe leave it open just a little bit to be able to get the last little bit out. Probably better stop with that. Close that. One of the things with the Momentum, it's got a pretty long lead pipe, and I'm trying to think of how to get all of that out of there because we're not emptying it all the way. So I think I'm going to have a little bit of spillage into the bucket when I open that. This could actually be the worst part. I'm in an enclosed space here, and maybe that's the trick, is to pump it, shut it off, let the little bit more drain down, then do it again. Well, there's some more. Okay, that must be about it. Pump is sounding weird. All right, I feel somewhat safe in doing this. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. Hey, how about that? Look at that. Just the motor's a little bit hot. Just the smallest amount of water there. I feel very successful with this. I'm going to carefully drain that hose into it, picking that up, and yeah, I'm going to need that extra gray water tank space for a nice shower. All right, I am at a nearby RV park in Charleston and pay 10 bucks for dumping. Now I get to deal with the blue tote, and this is not just the 40-gallon blue tote that's full. 3 tanks, 52 gallons each. Little tip here, this is what I've switched to: a black bin for all the hoses, and so it just keeps the nastiness, all of it, in here. It'd be the most I've ever dumped at one time before. I wouldn't normally do it this way, but rather than burn up some other gloves, I'm just gonna add on hose and do the back tank over here. I might even try to do the blue tote in the back of the truck. a long hose run here. I guess 3 hoses together to see if I can't make the connection in the back here. So, oh, and the sewer connection's way over there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 3 sections does the trick here. So there we go. Attached on there. We'll let her rip. That up too. If I open up the top cap over there, then it's really flowing quickly. I've never done it that way before, just adding hoses. Usually easier just to move around, but I think I'll use less gloves this way. Now the trick is going to be to kind of lean the blue tote so I can get all of it out. There we go. I just kind of tip it up so it all goes to that one corner, so you get pretty much all of it out of there. So put the cap back on. Oh gosh. Yeah, I can't answer the phone with dirty gloves. So, oh, I toss this one and get a fresh one. All right, so close that. There. Just more hoses to put away, but didn't have to move the truck at all. Would have had to move it twice. Three different sewer connections, but didn't have to move the truck at all. This is, I think, the only real mistake from the day. I mean, just look inside. I should have looked in here. I don't know what they're thinking with this hose why they have that, but yeah, at least I didn't burn out the pump trying to pump it through that tiny hole right there. So what do you think of this little boondocking trick here? Let us know in the comments. Have you ever seen anything like this before, done anything like this before? Let us know what you think of this. If you're brand new to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that little bell. That way you get notified when we release a brand new video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video.